Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have a Vinyasa Flow class for you, focusing on tight inner hips and inner thighs. So we're going to get a lovely stretch into the lower body and you're going to help to move your energy around. This is a great class to do whenever. You don't need any props and it is going to be suitable for all levels. As always, like this video if you enjoy it, subscribe to my channel to stay updated. I post out 3 new yoga flows every single week. So without further ado, let's go do some yoga. Okay, my lovelies, just make your way to the end of your mat and we're gonna start in our child's pose. So just let the hands walk forward, let your body relax here. Let's just take some nice deep breaths, allowing all of your awareness to start to turn away from the external world, from whatever might be going on today, this morning, this evening. Leaving it all in the past, or leaving it in the future, wherever that mind is tending to wander to. And for right now, you're drawing it all back to your body, back to the breath, back to this present moment. So whilst you're in this child's pose, just start to bring awareness to your breath. Big deep breaths. Notice how the hips feel here. Notice if there's any tightness into the inner thighs or inner hips. Maybe we'll compare those hips at the end of the class. On your next inhale, you're just going to find a little bit more length here. So just start to walk your fingertips a little further towards top of the mat, to finding more of a stretch through the upper back and through the shoulders. Then on your next inhale, your hands and your knees are staying where they are, and we're just going to draw all the way through to our tabletop. And then we're going to gently press the hips forward. So you're going to keep a nice flat back and you're going to let your hips drop towards the top of the mat, with the feet staying down. So you should feel this stretch moving into the front of the hips. As you exhale, just round all the way down to the heels. Inhale, slowly moving forward, gently opening into the hips. And exhale, sitting all the way back. One more, inhale, draw forward, keeping that nice neutral spine, just letting those hips drop down. And slowly drawing those knees underneath the hips and coming into our tabletop position. Tucking the toes underneath, drawing in an inhale, and on our exhale, we're pressing all the way back to our first downward facing dog. So take your time here. We've got 5 breaths, so walk that dog out if that's what your body wants today. Bring some movement in. You're just finding what feels good here. And then finding stillness in your down dog. On an inhale, our right leg is lifting to 3-legged dog. And we're going to open up the hips. So draw your right hip over your left hip and drop your right heel down towards your left glute. The shoulders are going to want to spin, so keep drawing your right shoulder down, back in line with the left. And just take a couple of deep breaths into the quad, into that hip flexor. And slowly step that right foot down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stack your left hip over your right hip. And drop that left heel down towards your right glute. I'm sorry if you can hear some clicking. I try and edit out all of my clicks, but if it happens whilst I'm talking, I've got to keep it in. Perfect, and then slowly you're coming back to your downward facing dog. Send the gaze towards the hands. Step your left foot forward and we're going to come all the way up to warrior 2. So drop that back heel down. We're going to end up switching sides. We're going to end up facing the back of the mat eventually. So in our warrior 2 stance, we're drawing our back hip down and forward. So you're drawing it towards the top of the mat, so you feel that nice deep stretch into the inner right hip. Reach all the way through the fingertips. And we're going to lift and lower. So on an inhale, straighten out the legs, palms together. On an exhale, sink down into that warrior two until you find that opening, that stretch into the hips. Inhale, draw up. And exhale to lower. Perfect. Moving with the breath. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale and hold. Flipping that front palm, legs stay still. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep that nice bend into your front knee. Finding that stretch all the way through the left side of the body. Keeping that core switched on. Inhale, come all the way up. So you're in warrior two. And on exhale, either take your forearm to the thigh, right arm comes up and over, or you're dropping down to your left palm. Using that left arm to slightly open up that left knee. Option here, you can find your half bind around the back. You can find your full bind, drawing that right shoulder back. And you're breathing. 3 breaths here. Wherever your body is perfect. And then gently release that bind. Reach the arms up, and then inhale, press all the way through that left leg as you draw up. Keep a bend into the left knee. You're going to feel the quads switching on. Fingers coming behind the back, interlace them, and you're opening the chest. So draw your shoulder blades down the back, lift the gaze. And then exhale, we're going to come to humble warrior two. So you're forwarding all the way to the inside of that left leg. Let the crown of the head drop. Let the neck be nice and heavy, and you're drawing those arms off the back. Trying to draw the palms of the hands together. Got a nice bend into the front knee. You've got 3 breaths here. Let your body be nice and heavy. And then slowly release your hands down. We're going to walk them all the way to the right corner of the mat. My hands are probably going to come off frame, but you're going to walk them all the way out. So you're dropping still to the inside of that left leg. Crown of the head drops, knee draws over the ankle. You've got 3 more breaths here. Try not to put too much weight into the hands. You should be able to almost lift the hands off the mat and stay as you are. Perfect. And then walk the hands in as you turn. Either the left toes in slightly or the left heel out. And we're going to come into a side yogi squat, a skandasana. So you might need to lift this left heel up. You might want to bring a block underneath there, and we're going to try and spin those right toes up towards the ceiling, right knee to the ceiling. Hands can stay down if they need to. Otherwise, you want to try and bring your arms to the inside of the left leg. So you can press that left knee open to find that stretch through the hips. You're welcome to find a bind if that's in your practice. Opening out the arms and hugging the arms around the back. Opening the chest towards the right toes. Keep that breath flowing. Slowly releasing. Hands coming round the left foot as you turn all the way round into your low lunge. Releasing the top of the foot. On an inhale, lift up and out of the hip crease. We're going to interlace the fingers together. We're going to give the inner hip a little bit of a rest and work the hip flexor. Point the 2 index fingers all the way up to the ceiling, and you're gently guiding your hips forward and down, but without sinking into the lower back. Lift the gaze up. You've got 3 breaths here. Let that stretch deepen on each exhale. Go, perfect. On your exhale, hands slowly come down. Tuck the back toes underneath, lifting up the knee, then drop your back heel down. So you're going to cartwheel all the way up, back into your warrior two, and you're going to switch sides. So just turn your left toes in, turn your right toes out. So we're doing warrior 2, and you're going to be facing in the opposite direction. So same thing here, take a moment to drop your back hip down, sending it towards, it's going to be the back of the mat this time. And 4 times, moving with the breath. And an inhale, straighten the arms and the legs. And an exhale, sink down, finding that stretch into the left hip. Inhale. And exhale. And 2 more. Inhale, draw that energy up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, holding. Flip the front palm, inhale, gently reverse your warrior. And exhale, your choice of your extended side angle. Keep that forearm on the thigh if you need to. Otherwise, we're opening up the arms and we're either taking a half bind or a full bind. Focus on drawing that left shoulder back to open up the chest. And try not to rest if you're in that bind onto the thigh. Try and keep this active, so keep drawing your body, the side of your body away from the top of the thigh to create space. And gently release, right hand down. Left arm lifts, on an inhale, press through your right foot, come all the way back to warrior 2. Keep that bend into the knee. Hands behind the back. On an inhale, open the chest, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, we're coming into humble warrior. Letting the crown of the head drop, let your arms follow. Keep drawing the palms of the hands together. 3 deep breaths here. Good, and then gently release the hands down, and we're going to walk them all the way. Again, I'm going to probably walk off the screen, but we're going to walk the hands all the way to the edge of the mat or off the mat slightly. You want to keep your body dropping to the inside of that right leg. Nice and strong, weight into the feet, so there's no weight in the hands. 2 more breaths. And slowly we're coming into Skandasana, into our side yogi squat. So turn the right toes in. Spin the left toes up towards the sky. Maybe you can sit down from here. Hands can stay down if they need to. Maybe there's a bind. These are all options, guys. And the chest is opening towards those left toes. Perfect, and slowly release. Hands are going to walk round your right leg as you drop your left knee all the way down. On an inhale, lift up and out of the hip crease, Kali Mudra with the hands. As you gently sink your hips down, but without arching, without pressing any weight into that lower back. You want to feel that stretch through the front of that left hip flexor. Lift the gaze if you can. We're here for 3 breaths. And slowly release the hands down, tucking the back toes underneath, lift the knee, and then drop the back heel down as we cartwheel all the way back up, finding that warrior 2. And then slowly you're going to turn your, let me get this right toes in slightly, and then your left heel in. So we are going to end up facing the long side of the mat with our toes turned out and our heels turned in. We're going to do our goddess squat. So nice straight legs. On an inhale, palms are going to come together over the head. On an exhale, you're bending into your knees and you're sending your knees in the same direction as your toes. You're opening out the arms, spreading the fingers, and you're tucking the tailbone underneath like you're trying to press yourself against a wall. And we're going to stop when you start to feel that deep stretch into the inner hips, into the inner thighs. And an inhale, extend. And an exhale, sliding down, nice flat back. Use your breath to help you. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, draw the shoulder blades together. One more. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale all the way down and hold. For a little extra challenge, we're going to lift the heels off the mat and hold it there. Maybe even sinking a little bit lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down, hands to the heart center. Well done. Turn the toes in, and we're going to come all the way down into a froggy pose. So if you're on a hard wooden floor, I would recommend turning in the edges of your mat. Or if you're on carpet, then you're probably going to be fine. And we're going to slowly come into our tabletop position. And then you're going to start to walk your knees out to the side. So you want to kind of walk them as far as they will go. Your feet staying in line with the knees. And then you're going to see if you can come down gently to the forearms. If you can, if you've got a block or something, you can support your forehead. And what happens here, the body sort of tenses up because it doesn't want to let us relax into this pose. So we're not forcing anything. This is really gentle and really passive. It's more of just a relaxing. So take a moment to just let your body relax. Let your head and your neck drop down. Start to soften into the glutes. Start to soften the back. Notice as you start to relax wherever that stretch deepens. Start to relax the thighs. Allow the legs to be super heavy and relaxed. Keep all of that awareness inwards. We're going to find 3 more really slow, deep breaths here, and I want you to just see if you can relax a little bit more into that exhale. Not forcing, just letting go. And then slowly, you're coming back. And I mean slowly. This can be a hard one to get out of, so gently let your knees come back together. If you rolled your mat out, then just roll it back out, and we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Just hugging the knees in, take a little rock from side to side. Keep your hands interlaced round your right knee as you extend your left leg all the way down. Take a moment to just hug your right knee in and then take it out to the side. So start to move that stretch into the inner hip. Keep squeezing in that right thigh. And we're going to find our half happy baby pose from here. So your right arm is coming through the inside of the right leg and finding the outside of the right foot. I like to take my left hand onto my left hip just to hold it down. And if this stretch is enough, you're going to stay here. To take it a little further, bring the sole of your right foot over the right knee. And you're just trying to gently draw your right shoulder, the right upper back down towards the mat. 3 deep breaths in and out of the belly, breathing into the hips. And slowly lowering all the way down You can hug both knees in again. Little rock from side to side. Same thing on the other side. Just keep the hand around the left knee as you extend your right leg all the way down to the mat. Draw your left leg in and start to open it slightly to the side. Keep squeezing it in though as you draw it to the side. Gonna find that half happy baby, so that left arm is coming through the inside of the left leg, finding the outside of the left foot. Maybe your right hand on your right hip. On an inhale, extending, drawing your left shoulder down, breathing into any tightness in the hips. Three more deep breaths here. Slowly release all the way down. Just hug the legs in one last time. And we're going to finish in our reclined butterfly. So if this gets too much for the hips at any point, just bring those knees back together or straighten out the legs. And when you bring the feet together, then just have a play around and find what feels best. Sometimes people prefer the feet further away, or sometimes a little closer. Let the hands rest wherever they're comfortable. I like to rest them onto the abdomen just so I can feel and connect to the rhythm of the breath. And we're just taking a little time out before you return to the external world. This time out for yourself, where there is nowhere else for you to be. Nothing else to do, just time to allow both the mind and the body to let go. Letting go of the morning, letting go of the day, even letting go of this practice. Completely present, just with the body and the flow of breath. Relaxing deeper, surrendering to your mat with every exhale. And slowly start to bring those knees back together. And you can pause and take a little rock from side to side. Just release the back. Hug the knees in, whatever little extra movements your body needs here, and you're going to slowly take your time to come back to seated. And we'll just meet with the hands together at the heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself, send yourself some gratitude for dedicating this time to not just your physical body, but also to the mind. Bow the head to the heart. Namaste.